Welcome to CapitalofCombat. Name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rob Jarrell.
And today we're going to preview the March 8th pay-per-view extravaganza, which is headlined by Alvarez-Angulo versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. Also on that card, you got John Molina defending his 154 title against Jermall Charlo. You got Omar Figueroa returning from his fight of the year, Donnybrook, with Nihito Arakawa. He's fighting Saul Alvarez's older brother, Ricardo Alvarez. You got Leo Santa-Cruz fighting Christian Mijares, which should be a very good fight. And then the main event. So we're going to start off with Charlo and Molina, which is a pretty interesting fight because we saw Jermall Charlo just fight somebody very rough in Gabriel Rosado, and he passed with flying colors. Now it's brother Jamal's turn with a belt on the line. Go ahead, Rob.
Now, Molina is that old school get it done type of fight. He knows all the dirty tricks. He's going to be in your face, probably be in your chest, and just trying to rough you up. Jermall Charlo, on the other hand, is the more technically sound fighter. He's going to be looking to find some range and, kind of stay out of Molina's way. The only difference is, especially between Jermall and Jermall, I think Jermall is the nastier of the two. He's the one that is probably going to go for the knockout more so than his brother. Of course, he's going to box, but look for him to really lay some leather on Molina and make him respect that power.
Yeah, Molina isn't easy to hit, but he's not hard to hit either. He's a very awkward guy. He gets in on you, throws weird looping punches. And for some people, it can throw them off. Like if you saw his fight with Alvarez-Alfredo, that's exactly what happened. That rhythm, that awkward rhythm threw him off. Him and Ishe Smith just blended together and made just a disaster of a fight.
That's right.
So it's going to be up to Charlo to use his angles and footwork and that crisp punching to make this not an ugly fight. That's really it as far as that fight goes. Let's move on to Mijares and Santa-Cruz. Now, Mijares has been around the block. He's a good fighter, solid fighter, former titleist, I think in multiple divisions. But he's starting to get a little long in the tooth. But, as we saw with Johnny Gonzalez and, what's my man, Abner Mares, when you're that old grizzled veteran, sorry guys, allergies, you can't count him out. But you got a guy in Santa Cruz who throws punches in bunches, throws punches at angles, has decent power and a decent chin. I think we're going to have a fight on our hands.
That's right. And Leo Santa Cruz is coming to fight. And he's going to work his way in with that jab. And then they're going toe-to-toe.
Oh, yeah. Probably very early, like 10 seconds into the fight.
I wouldn't be surprised if these guys average anywhere from 80 to 100 punches a round each.
Yeah. Get your popcorn ready. Enjoy that fight. Let's talk about the main event.
That's right.
We got two guys, well-known fighters in Alvarez-Angulo and Canelo Alvarez, both coming off losses, unfortunately. Alvarez-Angulo was stopped by Alvarez-Alfredo, and we all saw what happened with Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather Jr. This is his bounce-back fight, and in my opinion, this was not the fight to bounce back against. He's really up against it in this fight. Angulo is a rough customer. He's got power. He's got a great gas tank. And these styles don't really work in Canelo's favor, in my opinion. Canelo is a good boxer, but he's not one of those good boxers that uses his footwork to move and create angles the way you need to against someone like Angulo, like the way Lara did, like the way Kermit Citron did when he beat him.
That's right.
And then he doesn't have that steamrolling type of power that James Kirkland had when he beat him. So I think he's really up against it. We know he's got great combination punches. We know he's got some decent power. But the stamina issues and his lack of ring utilization is really going to have him having problems in this fight.
Yeah, and for me, we have not seen Canelo fight a puncher of Angulo's caliber. Angulo has very concussive power, and you can see that in the Kirkland fight. And we all know Kirkland, he could be caught cold early in the fight. But when they started going toe to toe, then we had a fight on our hands. And even though Kirkland won that match, Angulo got his shots in.
Yeah.
And you talking about when these two guys warmed up, he called me during that fight. And I had to rush home. I don't remember what I was doing. I was like, screw this, I'm going to see this fight. So Canelo's going up against a guy who has a great gas tank.
Oh, yeah.
Who's going to keep coming. And who has a great chin. Regardless of what anyone says, he has a great chin. Now Canelo, sharpshooter. He has that footwork to get in and out, but when he gets in, he lets his hand fly. When he gets out, what does he do? He kind of steals that rest. He kind of tries to relax. Angulo's plan is to catch him in between those rests or to walk him down. And that's a lot of pressure to put on Canelo in between those rests, because he's still in the rest and he's having to move. Can he use the ring laterally? We don't know. Can he keep himself from being cornered or put against the ropes? We don't know. It's a lot of questions here, and Angulo is going to see if they can be answered, especially in Canelo's favor. And let's not forget, Angulo has Virgil Hunter in his corner.
A very, very intelligent man.
And he probably knows them first 5-6 rounds are probably going to go to Canelo just based off of, star power, work rate, having those punches that's going to land. Let's face it, Angulo's not hard to hit.
Yeah, not at all.
But it's going to be, Angulo lands some good shots here. Angulo landing more shots. Wait a minute, it's the 10th round, and Angulo's landing consistent shots.
Yeah. So we're calling for a late round knockout for Angulo, the biggest win of his career. But if Canelo is to pull this off, it will be very, very impressive if he does it in a non-controversial fashion.
I see controversy. Now, it could be, I'm going Angulo 12th round. But expect let's say a unanimous decision in favor of Canelo if it does go to the scorecards.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And possibly a wide margin. I'm sorry.
They're pretty heavy favorites of Canelo, as we saw from the scoring of the Mayweather fight and the scoring of the Trout fight.
That's right.
Both of those were, the Trout fight was a little bit closer than what they scored it, and the Mayweather fight was pretty much a whitewash, which somebody scored a draw. We not gonna walk down that road again, but you guys know what happened.
That's right.
So, like Rob said, if it goes to the scorecards, Canelo's probably gonna win. And I'm taking Angulo around 10. I think he can get it done before the 12th round and hopefully makes those scorecards a moot point. But if Canelo stops him, or if he can actually subdue Angulo enough to get that clear-cut decision win, we got to take our hat off to him, because he just showed a facet of his game that we didn't know he had. And he'll be ready for his next fight in, I think, June. In July. He wants to fight 3 times this year. So,
and it will be against a good opponent. Probably, Demetrius Andrade. I could see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys at 154 for him to fight. It won't be Lara. So, I'd love to see that fight, but it's not happening. Nobody's going to fight Lara.
Nah.
But, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit us up in the comment section. You can hit us up on our Facebook page, Capital of Combat, Google Plus, Capital of Combat. Like I said, the comment section down below, send us an email, capitalofcombat@gmail.com. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.
This is round 1 and you've already lost. They don't seem to Everything we done is coming and gone. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.